I think that the program, everybody on the team being committed to continuing that streak is probably the biggest thing. Everybody's bought in. They understand their importance. People will do events that aren't their best events. It's sort of a whatever it takes mentality. Also, I think one of the key components has been bringing a full roster that meet every year. We're basically the only team in the conference that does that every single year, which certainly helps.
I think it's a lot of hard work and a lot of dedication, and I think everyone on the team will probably say the same thing. We all have the same goal in mind, and I think that's the biggest part. We want to do well, so every day at practice, we always push each other to work our hardest, and I think, especially this year, we were a very close-knit team, and with that, we were able to carry the title, and I hope next year we are able to do the same thing.
I think keeping a positive attitude, nobody goes in assuming that they're going to win. Really just working really hard and making sure that you do the best times you can, and especially during our taper.
It varies a lot. I think the past 2 years are a good example. 2 years ago, the competition was at a pretty high level. Good thing that we had some people that were swimming at a little bit higher level. This past year, I had anticipated the competition level to be about the same, and in all reality, it had dropped quite a bit. Which actually I think allowed us to do better, even though the team was probably not quite as strong as it had been the year before.
I think freshman year was a lot different than it has been this year, um, especially just with losing swimmers. We had a very strong senior class my sophomore year, so last year, and I think we thought that was going to affect us huge, but I think everyone pulled their part in, especially our senior Katie. She was a huge part in winning events, and which we really needed because we lost great distance swimmers and IMers, and with that we were able to pull pretty strong, especially with our freshmen. They were able to score huge points and holds like what they needed to do. Freshman year was a little bit different, and when we had, like, as a freshman, you're nervous and new environment, but our freshmen definitely came in and they did what they had to do in the pool, and it was awesome to see people improve, Even our sophomores did amazing. Like, I was so impressed with everyone.
We always get a little nervous every year about losing. I think making sure that you don't get too confident in winning and being full of yourself.
One of the things that probably isn't known from the outside is that I pretty strongly believe that our women are doing, whether it might not be more work, but they're doing the right work at the right level, and that's the reason why they're so much better than everybody else in the conference. They understand that everybody matters. They understand that it's a main focal point of the season, and they get excited and they go for it. But they're certainly doing the work behind it. And I don't always understand the mentality of some of the other teams coming in. I mean, we don't rest for it, but we focus on it. And that's not the mentality all the other teams take, which surprises me to some extent.
Yeah, I think Kim Thylene, she's a sophomore at LEC's. She kicked butt. Like, she was only hoping to get, I think, it was either the mile or 1,000, one of the distance events. She was only hoping to make it by a little, but she crushed it, and then she was crying at the end because she was so happy. And Kim is one of those people that has put the work in, and it's been frustrating because she hasn't been able to take off time. And, like, I've seen it, but I've always pushed her. I'm like, you can do this. Keep it up. Like, try your best. Like, don't give up. And she was able to do that, and by the end of the season, she's dropped so much time in her distance events, and I think it really showed her that she can do it, even though it may not happen in your first year. With time and the discipline and just keep going at it, you can improve. You just need to put the time in, and you have to want it at the end of the day.